Understand both sides, let the truth transcend. Stay in the great where perspectives intertwine. We seek the truth in the gray we define. In this podcast journey, minds open wide. Shades the truth on this impartial ride. A long time ago we started stumbling. Feels like this country's crumbling. The government is fumbling. A Congress that is bumbling. Both sides are always arguing. They all could use some humbling. And stop the world from tumbling. Rebuild the trust is plummeting. If ideas would start bubbling, our efforts could be doubling. And chaos would start slumbering. And people resume huddling. And talk about the trouble and concerns we're always juggling. Cooperate while snuggling. And quit the useless struggling.
I told you last show I wasn't going to do that anymore because my rhythm was off.
I was like, "What are you pointing at me for? What did I do wrong?"
So that you can do it.
Oh,
my rhythm.
You're a drummer. You gotta have rhythm.
It's just that one part, and I blame the songwriter.
Oh,
it's not me.
Not our whiteness.
No. Anyway, how are you, bud?
Good. How are you, sir?
Good. I feel like it's been a while.
It's been too long.
Well, we're back. Hope everyone's doing well in life.
It's been pretty hectic for you.
In their pursuits. Yeah, I've had a little bit of hecticness. Is that a word?
Hecticness, yeah.
I'm going to make it a word. You know what, though? I'm feeling so into this show that I'm going to give you the headline tonight. How about that?
I like it. Headline me.
And this, trans people, don't get mad at me. We're laughing because it's just... How about I give you the headline and you'll see what I mean? The headline is, trans woman is left sobbing in JFK airport after TSA agent hits her in the testes. And apparently she's claiming the TSA actually punched her. And so she ran... and I'm not laughing because this woman was hit in the balls. I'm laughing because the way the headline, because at the end of the article, when she was interviewed, she's like, I can't find it, but it was like, she goes, my balls really hurt when he punched me there. And it's just like, you're claiming to be a woman and you're talking about your balls. It just seemed, I don't know. It seemed odd to me. But if you'd like to know, TSA has apologized for the incident.
Did it say how she was dressed by chance? I'm just curious if she was dressed up like a woman.
She was dressed as a woman.
Okay, so she was dressed up like a woman.
But she's claiming...
Was she wearing a nice...
She's claiming the TSA agent was a woman.
Oh.
And she's claiming that she punched her in the nuts.
That's fucked up. And
then followed her into the bathroom, the women's bathroom, with another woman and started yelling at her. It's
That's
just a headline. I don't need to know the rest of the story. A woman got punched in her balls, and let's move on. It's unbelievable. Anyway, there's a whole picture of the airport and anyway.
I got a question for you sometime this show. I meant to throw this in the lineup.
All right, go for it.
I can work it in later.
We'll work it in now.
You want to work it in now?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm done with that headline.
So Kanye West came out saying that his number one draft pick for a menage a trois with his wife, Bianca Censori. Have you seen this Bianca Censori?
No.
I don't know what her deal is, but every time she goes out in public, she wears basically see-through everything. That's her thing.
I'm okay with it.
So anyway.
But is this a person that he's dating?
This is his wife.
Oh,
Bianca
his wife.
Censori.
Oh. I thought that... Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
So he made a confession on this Justin LeBoy's podcast saying that his number one draft pick for a menage a trois with his wife would be Michelle Obama.
Oh, man. Oh, that's... First off, it's not because she's hot. It's because he wants some sort of weird...
I always hear about her man shoulders and stuff. She got some big squared shoulders.
She could play linebacker.
Safety.
But I think that Kanye's there's something else to it. I don't think it's not like you and I sitting here going, who would be our third? And
Well, I was going to flip the script on you and say,
okay.
Who would be your number one draft president for a menage a trois with you and your wife? No?
What president? Like
any president? And since number one.
A man.
To join you and your wife. It's not happening?
No. What? Do you have an answer?
I was thinking maybe JFK. I mean, he was a good looking guy.
Well, that's who everybody usually picks as like the best looking.
Well, I was going to ask you the first lady, but I knew who you probably were going to pick.
Duh.
So if I threw her out.
There's never been a first lady like Melania, and there might never be one.
So that'd be your first
sure.
pick?
Come on.
I'd have to go through and look.
I take Melania and Ivanka.
Wait a minute. Which one's it?
Ivanka's the daughter.
Oh. So mother, daughter, and wife? Holy shit.
Stepmother, daughter.
Stepmother, daughter. Okay, so that's not too weird.
No, that's what good porno is made
Very
of, right?
taboo,
That's
yeah.
what I hear.
That's what I hear.
That's what you told me.
Well, that's another thing. I don't have a username and password for Pornhub, so I don't get to watch that anymore.
So you haven't seen it since the Texas banned it?
Yeah, bastards.
You didn't get a username and
I heard, though.
You could have done a username like that didn't have your name in it.
Anyway. I may get a VPN just so I can log in through a different state.
Oh, yeah, but will that work?
I heard it would.
Oh, you've been researching.
From credible sources.
You've been trying anything you can. Get back on that Pornhub.
Home and Garden's just not doing for me anymore.
You're like, okay, just hacking. You're looking into hackers. You're like, can somebody help
How do I
me?
get past this Pornhub blockage?
I'll pay anybody. That's funny. I don't know how I feel about the president question. I don't know why you thought of that. I don't know why you think that. I'm not.
I figured I'd throw you a curveball.
But the fact that you were just like, JFK, sure. I don't know if I should worry about you.
Little Abe Lincoln. He'll always tell us the truth.
I want somebody random that no one knows that he looks like. Zachary. Was there like a Zach Tyler?
Don't ask me. I thought he was on Home Improvement.
I think he was.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'll take him. Why not? God, move on.
Move on.
Okay, Butthurt comment.
Okay.
I posted a video that somebody took of, not to get serious all of a sudden, but that's how we roll, of this Palestinian parade the day before Easter here in good old Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
And I posted it and I just said, is this necessary? It's going to do is upset people. The majority of people here are Christian. There's a big Christian holiday. It's kind of important to Christians. And all you're doing is, I mean, what's the point of this parade?
Right.
Well, parade or protest or whatever you want to call it. Then I posted it and I just said, what do people think? What is this? Is this effective? And boy, I tell you what. Remember when I told you there were 4 topics, Trey, that got everybody all riled up?
Yeah.
Race, the presidency, Taylor Swift. What was the 4th?
Taylor Swift.
And the 4th one? Fourth one is this whole Muslim
Religious.
the extremists over there, Gaza, this whole thing. And of course it got half people that are saying fuck these people and half people trying to defend it. So the Butthurt comment is one of the people trying to defend it, of course. And this person said the following. Again, it's one of these no picture ATEL 399er14
19er
type. It's one of those names, and he or she said, "You don't understand why this is happening in American cities. Maybe because you're supporting Israel on whatever they are doing, no matter right or wrong." Well, first off, we never said that. I just posted a clip.
Right.
I didn't say fuck these people, go Israel. We never said that. If you're talking about you in general, like the country of the United States, you can't do that because we can't control what the government's doing right now. Like, you and I don't call them up and go, you know what, bomb those those assholes.
Speaking of those shirts, you told me to order the "Fuck You Go Israel" shirts are supposed to be coming in.
Okay, good. We'll advertise.
They shipped yesterday, so I just want to let you know.
We'll advertise when the time's right. God. I'm just visualizing the shirt, like what it would look like. But
a little white and blue.
Yeah, of course. So then here she goes on to say, maybe it's happening only in Europe and the USA because for the past 75 years, USA, UK, France, and Germany are supporting a colonial state that is responsible for genocide and occupation, so that makes you responsible too. Maybe that's why. There's so many things wrong with this statement, and I'm going to make it fast because we're not getting into this again, unless you really want to. The last 75 years or whatever it's been since World War II is not when this started. It started thousands of years ago, Trey, and I'm not going to go into it because you already look bored, and I said one sentence. It has been thousands of years. Jerusalem is wanted by all three of the major religions, and it didn't. World War II is when they reestablished some territory for the Jews. To say that it's only been 75 years is just stupid. So this person's an idiot. First off, second off,
one niner
is an idiot. Keep listening to the show. Give us some interaction like you're doing.
Yeah, but subscribe.
But subscribe and like. But if I'm not I'm not Islamophobic. I'm not saying anything about the Muslims, but they are the last religion of the three. They're the youngest. Jerusalem was wanted by Jews and Christians before Islam was even introduced to this world. So don't tell me that land belonged to. You see what I'm saying? I mean, It's just like, and I'm not a scholar on this, but I know that much. I did take medieval history in college.
Medieval history?
And, and that was that.
The dragons and stuff?
No, that's what I thought it was when I signed up.
We're going to play with swords and stuff.
It ended up being all about like the religions and how they came across ancient Rome, which was pretty cool.
So no chain metal or anything?
It wasn't. I thought it was like just castles and dragons and vampires and shit. But it ended up being like real serious shit.
You're like, really? I signed up for this?
Anyway, my professor was hardcore too. It was the hardest class I took. Actually, I was excited, and it's one of those. She only gave like 3 grades, so if you messed up on one, you're fucked. Kind of thing. There wasn't participation grade to make up for it.
That's some bullshit. You didn't show up in like on a horse with a
knight's costume, knight outfit. I'm ready.
This is extra credit.
Sir, can you put the sword down, please?
Come and get it. America.
Yeah.
So
anyway,
I got a little side note. This was kind of interesting.
You've lots of side notes tonight.
Sorry,
but no, that's but that's a good because that's the last part of the Butthurt comment. But it's just that kind of thing. It's inaccuracy. Don't come at me with this kind of bullshit because it's not our fault. We didn't do anything. If you're protesting something, all you're doing is pissing everybody off. That's my thought.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I've been hearing about this as far as at universities. A lot of protesting going on in universities. There's been universities, I think it was around spring break, telling the kids to go home and get away from the university just because of all the protesting.
Right.
It came out that Columbia University has announced classes will be remote for the rest of the year.
Yes, I heard
as
this.
Anti-Israel protests rock the school.
Yep.
So now there are growing calls for tuition refunds for the $70,000 a year college now that is practically turned into an online school.
I heard it was almost $80,000. I thought it's $78,000 is what I thought. But either way, it's a lot of money.
Regardless, that's a lot of money to refund.
And they're going all online, which takes away from the whole experience. In my opinion, college, in certain instances, online works. I taught writing for a college to our veterans and our active military who are out there. Okay, they can't show up to a classroom because they're, being fired upon. And I respect the hell out of them for at least trying to do something. So guess what? I'll do my best online. But for a school like Columbia, who claims to be one of the top schools in the country, to pull this bullshit.
That's wild.
It's kind of just what's going on with colleges. It's almost like, is it worth it to go to school these days? People are I say kids, our 20-year-olds are being indoctrinated with what I call, what a lot of people call echo chamber nonsense. Have you heard that phrase? Just you're in one big, just you hear the same thing over and over. It's an echo. The same word, the same phrases that people give you, the news, the other liberals, the other college students, professors and administration are very, very liberal at college campuses. Again, used to be fine when everybody was normal on both sides. It used to be a time when you could be liberal and conservative and get along.
So is Columbia more worried about shutting this down and looking bad in that aspect of it? Is instead of...
I don't know. I honestly, you're bringing this up. I just kind of heard about it from, can't remember if it was Shapiro. It was one of the right wingers talking about it, and it may have been what's his name? There's a guy that's in politics, and he never went to college, but he's so smart, and he studied on his own. And he believes that these days, there was a day when college was worth it, and he said these days you're getting yourself in debt, and it's for nothing. It's just for a piece of paper. Charlie Kirk, have you heard of that guy?
Have not.
A lot of people don't like him, and
was he on 2.5 Men?
Yes, that was it. I love Charlie Sheen. Everyone knew. Has anybody ever even as messed up as Charlie Sheen is? Anybody fuck that guy? No.
Right, no.
Everyone's like, okay, it's Charlie. This guy's Charlie Kirk, but he goes to college campuses and he sets up a table and he sits there and he'll talk with you. And all these college kids come up and they get all mad at him and they say stuff, and all he does is just calmly respond with facts. And I've listened to him and I'm like, he's right. I mean, I'm not. There's nothing once or twice I'm like, I don't know, Charlie. But overall, he's pretty. So he said this. He's college is not worth it these days. When this happened, that's where I heard about it. But I didn't hear anything else. When did you hear?
That one just popped up today, actually. So.
Well,
I just don't understand how they decide.
I didn't know it was because of the protests.
Yeah. So I've been seeing that on the news quite a bit at universities.
Anti-Israel.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
Well, I mean, why couldn't they push them off campus to where, okay, you can protest, but, we're still we have a university that kids are still trying to,
well,
get education and...
I'm trying to soak it in because I haven't heard everything. And as I'm thinking about it, basically what it comes down to is it seems like they're choosing
to allow the protest.
Cater to the protest versus the education of their students. And it just so happens that it's almost $80,000 a year.
Yeah,
and I think that's where my issue is like, there is a way to harness the protest. Well, we have freedom of speech. Well, no, you don't. There's more to it than that. It's not just you have freedom of speech. You have to respect businesses. You have to respect private entities like universities.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because I'll be curious to see what people think of that. But anyway, is that your little tidbit you want?
Yeah, I just saw that story pop up today, so it kind of fit in there. I was curious your thoughts on that. So yeah. I was surprised that instead of stopping the protesting, they're sending the students home. So I thought that was crazy.
Well, it is. I'm sure some of the students are like, okay, cool.
I wonder what the teachers are saying. I'd be curious to see what they're saying about it. So,
well, a lot of them are again, most of them are all on that side, and they're probably like, okay, this is a good thing for our college students and our kids and da. And I don't get it, but whatever. Again, if this makes it to a clip or if you listen to the show, please let us know if you think this is like, we need to let people protest, screw the education part of it. It just makes no sense, right?
Right.
It's one of those things that you and I look at each other, and even though we don't know all the details, we're just like, you don't need to know all the details. This is just stupid.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I want to give a quick shout out, and I told this person that I wouldn't say, wouldn't give a name.
Oh, okay. I think I remember reading this response back and forth.
Did you? Okay. Yeah.
You wanted to be known as T?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And And I thought it was, so you read this conversation.
I read a little bit of it, yeah.
And of course, anybody can go read it on YouTube, and hopefully the person's okay with that. I mean, they posted. And it kind of got me because for the first time, it was like somebody actually sat back and said, you know what? I don't agree with everything you're saying, but I'm intrigued by the openness that you're willing to
have a conversation.
A conversation. You want to listen, you want to hear. And this person, T, is a trans person.
Okay. I didn't read that part.
Oh.
Changes the whole dynamic.
Of somebody that wanted to be called T. Like, no, their name starts with a T.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's why I thought he was going by T.
But it's not it's not because of trans.
Okay.
Dumbass.
Whoops.
Trey. But this person, again, at first kind of made a comment and fired back a little bit, but in a respectful way. And even I was like, okay, this person doesn't like what we just posted or what we said. But man, there's something about it that I respect.
Right.
Some of the other douches I don't respect. And we've gone through that before. But I respected this one. And so I commented and we kind of kept going a little bit back and forth. And then I said, I'd like to give you a shout out on the show because Trey and I have talked a lot about trans in general, and I'll repeat it again. Trey and I are all about everybody being happy, right, Trey?
Free love.
Free love, be happy. There are issues surrounding being transgender that maybe need a little more discussion, like in sports, right? We, kind of want to go back and forth about whether trans women or how I always mess it up. Trans men or trans women.
A trans woman.
Trans woman all of a sudden wants to play with the real woman.
Yeah.
The real woman. Forgive me. I'm saying anything
biological
wrong,
woman.
There you go.
What do you say?
And we have some issues with that, but we're willing to talk about it. And I think that's overall, though, we're not against trans. And so this person's, I think, comment was to one of the lovely Joe Biden videos I've been posting in case you guys haven't been loving them. That's exactly what all of them sound like. And we post them because we've made it clear that we are voting against Joe Biden. If that means Donald Trump, it does. I had a couple people tell me they were proud of me for finally admitting that we were not going to vote Joe Biden. It's not like it was some secret. I mean, we were kind of fairly obvious about it with the pudding and all the stuff.
Pudding.
And so if it's Donald, it's Donald. Whatever. Come at us. But it's about policy to me, and Donald will push my policy more than the whatever Joe, whoever's controlling Joe right now. But that was the point. This person said, I don't like the other option, the one we're going to go with at the moment, because of the way I've been treated by his supporters.
Oh, okay.
And I get it, because there are some dumbass Trump supporters, right?
Yeah.
Period.
Well, there's going to be dumbass people on all sides.
I just happen to believe they're a little bit more on the other side than the Donald side. But the Donald side, those extreme ones are, man, and I feel bad for this person if they had to go through it, because no one should have to. I mean, especially when it comes to whatever. And so, essentially, this person's voting for Joe Biden, regardless of whether Joe Biden can stand or talk, because of the way that I keep saying they. I don't know if that's okay, but they've been treated. And it just sucked. So I wanted to give a shout out and just say, hey, thanks for listening. Thanks for willing to talk. I hope you come check out the show. Go back and look at the descriptions and find some of the shows where we talk about it. I want to know your thoughts.
Absolutely.
I even said that. Go back. You're the type of person we want to talk to. Somebody that has an open mind and is willing to say, these guys, these idiots on this podcast are talking.
Maybe we can get them on the show sometime.
I would love to. I mean, we're just learning how to do remote, but I would love to. I mean, that's the whole point of what we want to do. We haven't had a lot of guests recently. I think we just like talking to each other. But that's changing. We got some guests coming up, so we're looking forward to that. But I just wanted to give that shout out.
That was a good shout out, Ryan.
Good shout out.
Appreciate that.
All right, we need to transition quickly. You know, I was told today, Trey, somebody looked at me straight eyed and goes, "This Tay Tay Talk has to stop." And I said, "You're the third person that said that in the span of a week." So okay, tonight.
Well, wait a minute. I've got people that say they love the Tay Tay Talk.
Ooh, we might need to kind of.
Yeah, it can't be just about your people saying.
My people.
My people are saying I love the Tay Tay Talk.
Are you going to like Swiftie conventions? I don't see a bracelet.
Okay, let's move on.
Anyway, as you can see right here, the lovely Taylor Swift. I love that braid. Anyway, and this is her new album cover. If you can't see it, too bad. And her new album came out, and this is serious Tay Tay Talk. We're gonna kind of like lighten up on the Tay Tay Talk because yes, you're right. The whole point of it was satire. The whole point of it, we're not really Swifties.
Are you serious?
Seriously, that's the other question. People are like, "Do you really like Taylor Swift?" Like, the whole point of it is that we were kind of giving the Swifties a little bit of a hard time in a fun way.
So we're not going to a concert?
Well, we're still going to the concert. I didn't say that. Taylor's got us backstage.
There we go.
If only. I would so go. Wouldn't you go? Backstage?
Yeah, if it's backstage, yeah.
I'm not going to go sit on the lawn. But,
On the lawn.
but
they might look at us weird if we're sitting on the lawn at
just the two
Taylor
of us.
Swift concert.
Just chilling. So here's the new album cover, and it's a 2-disc set, 31 songs.
Damn. How'd she have time for 31 songs while she's been touring
Tell you what.
and banging
I know, right?
Kelce?
Not just banging, apparently.
Woo.
So the last, we'll check in with Tay Tay every once in a while, but we're going to take a little breather, unless you just protest me on this and maybe try and I will fight it out for more Tay Tay time. But the reason I like ending, you're good.
Yeah.
Okay. The reason I like ending with this is because I've got 2 topics about Taylor Swift that are actually serious, and people probably know what I'm talking about, especially the Swifties. Don't worry, you'll be hashtagged plenty. Swifties forever, Swifties unite,
Swifties for life.
Swifties for life, whatever else I can find. Did you hear this? Have you heard? Do you know what I'm about to say?
No.
Okay.
This is new to me.
Her album has a song on it called "I Hate It Here." And by the way, the new album is called "The Tortured Poets Department," the anthology. And I love this is her. She's great. I think that's a really cool album title. "The Tortured Poets Department." That's cool. 31 songs. I don't know about that. Not cool.
How many of those 31 songs are about ex-boyfriends?
That's the thing. Maybe people are going, her album's kind of, it's probably because she's happy. You know what I mean? Like, if she wasn't happy, their songs would be fantastic.
There's got to be a Kelce song in there somewhere, no?
I don't
They haven't
know.
said?
I haven't listened to the album.
You haven't listened to the album? Okay.
No. But the song is called "I Hate It Here." And apparently it's about what it would be like to live in a different time period. And in the song, she said that, and the lyrics state this, but yeah, I don't know exactly how it goes, so I'm not
You're not going to sing it for me?
I don't know how it goes.
Let me give you a beat?
No. Kind of. No. She says that she played this game with her friends when they'd be out having cocktails, and they would talk about what time period they'd like to live in, if they could go back and live in any time period.
Okay.
Well, in the song, Taylor says that she would like to live in the 1830s, except without the racists and without something about women, but no one focused on that. They focused on the racist thing, of course.
1830, huh?
1830s, and of course that was before the Civil War. So now everybody's looking at her going, you'd be okay with slavery.
Interesting.
Taylor
Did she
Swift,
just say without
of all
racist?
people. Right, that's what I thought. I thought that's what that meant, but apparently not. If you're willing to go and live in 1830, that's your choice. That means you're willing to accept slavery, is what the argument is. And it's from a bunch of black people, which is fine. But to me, it's interesting because first off, they're turning on their own. Taylor's like Miss Lefty and, can do no wrong.
Yeah.
31, maybe 31. Maybe you should have done 30 songs.
30 songs, yeah. Chop that one right
This
off.
one right there.
Don't be the one that comes right out.
But somebody said, and I forget her name. Great research I did. Great reporting.
Why does their publicist not go, you know what, Taylor, let's release this song?
Because if you say, in my opinion, if you say, except for the racist, that covers it, in my opinion.
You would think,
Some people didn't feel that way. And apparently there are black people, or more than one black person has stated only white people would want to go to that time period. Well,
I don't want to go there.
Well, of course. Well, it wasn't that bad for white people.
Well, I'm just saying, without technology, what do you do?
Well, sure.
Read books?
But
what the fuck? Play in the dirt? What?
Yeah. Hit each other with sticks.
Live till 25?
Yeah.
I don't want to go back there.
Trey lived a long life, 24 years old.
Yeah.
He died.
Fuck no. What's good about 1830?
It's more about I think what you just said first is the idea of not having the technology, not having the pressure, not having the just, you know what, going out for a walk.
Guess we wouldn't have to listen to her sing in 1830 either.
Coming home for some tea. Like, that's a big deal.
You had to make sure the water didn't have viruses in it, though.
Just check the water, hang the laundry on the line after
that.
washing it with your hands. Great fun.
Did they have outhouses back there? No plumbing?
You're right. Take a trip to the outhouse.
Nope.
And I don't disagree with you, but what she meant was the simplicity of it. She wanted simplicity in life. And my question about this, and I'm going to hopefully make this a clip because it's going to piss people off, which is what I like to do. Taylor Swift sang this in her song that is causing all this controversy. Why is she not allowed to, during this game she's playing with her friends about where would we like to live, why is she not allowed to look after herself? This would be good for me, Taylor Swift. Who gives a shit about everybody else? Why does she have to automatically think of, no offense, black people? Why does she have to think about other things? She could say, this is where I would like to be. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense?
Well, it does, but I mean, somebody as polarizing as that, they're always going to be critics. I mean, if me and you came out and say, I want to live back in the 1830s, they won't give a shit. But this is Taylor Swift, you know?
No, we might.
I mean, all the criticism, she's got to take it, you know? So otherwise she just shouldn't have said it, you know?
Right, but that's my point, is I just feel like these days, before you say anything, you're supposed to think of every other possible person but yourself.
Well, with her, yeah. I mean, like us.
Maybe.
We could say, let's go back to the 1830s.
No, Trey, we're starting to get on the spotlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to be careful. So there you go, Taylor Swift.
1830s.
Taylor Swift is getting kickback and lashed out at for being racist. Who would have thunk it, right?
She would be the only white person back in the 1830s without slaves.
That's right. And she would inspire everybody else. But that was the point, is just that it's almost like nobody can just express themselves and mean something without people twisting it.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened here. And I'm defending Tay Tay, of course.
Of course you are.
I mean, look at her.
But we're not a Swiftie.
We're not a Swiftie. anymore because she's racist.
Yeah, we can't support a racist.
We're out. But I mean, they're both sides. So you got Swifties arguing now.
I mean, I thought I would listen to her song until she said that.
Trey, there are both sides of the Swifties, that army that we talk about, that are now like yelling at each other. Some of them support her, some of them are pissed. I don't know what side to take. So there you go, Taylor. How about this? Taylor's boyfriend in the news.
Mr. Kelce?
Mr. Kelce, Travis Kelce. Taylor's having issues. She's now being called a racist, and her boyfriend is now being called a Trump supporter.
Oh, shit.
Did you know this?
I didn't. Why? What did he do?
All he did was hit like on a photo of former ESPN analyst, an anchor, Sage Steele. Do you remember her? She shook hands with Donald Trump and she was smiling at a UFC Ultimate Fighting Championship match. and Travis Kelce hit like. How dare
people
he?
pick up on that?
How dare
Really?
he? Oh yeah. How dare
Wow.
he? Well,
I got to go back and see what I liked.
I'm scared if we ever, gain more and more, we might have to go back and do some.
Well, fine. Yeah.
So the problem with this, Trey, is that Donald fueled the fire.
Well, of course he did.
He said the following on a tweet
This should be fun.
or a post. Breaking news. This is him. Travis Kelce, NFL star, tight end, and boyfriend of Taylor Swift, is causing controversy after liking a post. So he retweeted the news story. And he said, I think everyone, even celebrities, are finally waking up and supporting the MAGA movement.
That's what he said?
Yeah. Have
Okay.
liberals finally gone so far left that everyone is starting to leave, even Travis Kelce? So basically, because he likes something, Donald's like, I'm going to jump on this. Donald, just...
Do you think he tweets from his phone or from a laptop?
I think he's all about it. I think he tweets from his watch. I mean, anywhere he is, he's going to tweet. I'm warning you, Donald, for the love of God, we don't want Joe Biden back. Stay away from Taylor Swift, her army, Travis Kelce, and this whole thing.
Yeah.
Because it may very well be true, and we'll see. But it's also going to blow up in your face if you don't be careful.
Has Travis came out to say?
No, he hasn't said anything. He just and of course they're asking Taylor about it, and she's just no publicist is saying anything. They're just denying. They're just like, whatever. Maybe he liked Sage Steele, the ESPN anchor. Maybe he liked UFC fighting.
I haven't noticed how easy it is to hit the like button if you're just scrolling through. Is that possible?
It is possible, believe it or not, people. When you see a Stay in the Greg clip, just hit the fucking like button.
Yeah, accidentally.
Look, Travis Kelce hit a Trump like button. So anyway, that's going on. Things aren't smooth for Tay Tay right now because she's endorsed.
Is she pregnant yet?
She endorsed Biden. If she came out and she announced she was pregnant, she's had a hard month. So
They say bad things happen in threes.
well,
Is that a bad thing though?
no, that means Trey and I. And it's not a bad thing. It means it's going to stop her touring and.
Just means Kelce hit the wrong hole. Damn it.
So that was it for Tay Tay Talk. Let me move on for time's sake. Everybody that's listened to the show for a while at least remembers the animal I'm about to talk about.
This is before the Tay Tay Talk.
Trey. Yeah, this is way before Tay Tay Talk. This was for a while, and they've calmed down. I think it's because they knew I was calling them out.
Yeah.
Now they're back with two stories. Well, one of them is kind of a story. I'm talking about the beautiful sea animal, the orca / killer whale.
Oh, shit.
And I'll make them quick. There was an orca, there's a whale watching boat that was out there. And apparently this orca punted a seal
Holy shit.
70 feet into the air into a flock of seagulls. Sprayed them like bowling pins.
Wow.
Because apparently the orcas do that to prey, to like stun them or just kill them or whatever, and then it's easier.
70 feet.
70 feet, and there's pictures. So maybe I'll
Holy
finally
shit.
put some stuff up on social to show you this, because there's a circle around where the seal is because it's way the hell up there. And I just thought it was funny the way, and I'm not going to tell, there's just a little bit of a story, but it's basically people saw this thing punt. They use the word punt.
That's fucking awesome.
Into the sky, and it's a seal, and these these seagulls are like, oh fuck. And I thought,
how big is a seal? Would you say that's bigger than a dog?
a couple
right?
100 pounds.
Okay, so yeah, that's
Way bigger than a dog. Well, depends on I guess there's a few dogs that are big, but sorry everybody if you can hear that. There's a
couple.
There's a helicopter looking for some people. I wonder who they're looking for. But the next story about an orca is also about a seal. And this one, just
Did the seal fight back?
visualize this, people. There's a big boat that's whale watching
Okay.
over on one side because all the whales are over here.
Right. You got to watch them.
There's a small boat where the whales are.
There's a small boat looking at the seals.
There's a small boat. Well, it's about to.
Oh, shit.
And this guy, and it's a picture of this. It's like 3 people in this little motorboat, and it's got like the engine on the back. It's like a dinghy almost.
Okay.
And it's going, and the people on the big boat are like, you need to get out of there. Like, there's orcas all over here. And as we've learned about the orca, as I've taught you, they don't fuck around anymore.
At all.
So this seal who is swimming away from the orcas, jumps onto this boat.
Oh, shit.
In fear of the orca. And it's like 300 something pounds, 400 pound animal. So the boat starts capsizing.
Okay.
They push the seal off. The boat comes back. It's half with water, and they're trying to get out of there. And the seal tries to come back on. And they're shoving it, hitting it with the thing. And all of a sudden, the orca just takes the seal and goes.
Holy shit.
That poor seal was just trying to get in the boat.
Damn.
So just visualize this whole scene. And everybody on the whale watching boat's like, oh,
Holy shit.
Who do we cheer for in this situation?
Right.
Because he would have capsized the boat, and then would the people have been killed? But just visualize this seal jumping up on the boat like, help. Nope. Put back in.
Damn.
Yeah. So those are
They caught that on video?
They caught it on video.
Holy
of course they did.
shit.
You kidding me? Everything's on video these days.
Wow.
Those are my 2 orca stories of the night. Very quick, but funny and not funny at the same time. For the seals, look, if there are any seals listening, we apologize.
We're sorry.
Or seal activists. But for somebody like PETA, orcas are animals too. So who do you cheer for in that situation?
That's interesting. Yeah.
Anyway,
terrible.
I want you to go ahead and we're going to talk about something that's a little more serious now. It's not, to me, it's not that serious because it seems pretty simple. But you and I were talking about this earlier. It needs to be talked about more. Apparently, it just people aren't getting it. You do the story. My mouth hurts. I feel like I've talked a lot, which I tend to do.
So, are you referring to the Caitlin Clark story?
Yes. Let's talk about Caitlin Clark.
Okay, so Caitlin Clark, Iowa,
yes,
basketball player, broke all these records in NCAA. So she was drafted number 1.
Right.
I didn't see what team it was. Was it Orlando? Indiana. I was close.
Indiana.
I don't know why I was thinking Orlando.
Indiana and Orlando are close.
So she is making, for her rookie season, I believe it's $74,000 for her rookie season.
Well done. Nice.
They compared that
it's more
to
than a teacher.
The Spurs, who took the number 1 pick this past
in the
season.
NBA,
the NBA
men's league, right?
And what's his first name? Is it Victor Wembanyama?
Right, that's the
Wembanyama.
That's the correct pronunciation. I got it all wrong when I said Wembanyama.
I think his rookie season, he's making over $2 million. Or is it more than that?
I think
I thought just rookie season.
It depends on the
breakdown.
The breakdown of the years, but both of them got 4-year contracts as rookies, is what I read.
Gotcha.
I didn't mean to steal the story.
Not at all. You get your facts.
But what I got, sometimes I research, and this time I did, and so I'm proud of it. It's simple. Breaking into 4 years, Caitlin Clark is making $76,000 or whatever
a year,
at least in her first year. And I think it actually equates to what this is. But 4 years, $338,000 for 4 years.
Gotcha.
Victor
Wembanyama. Just put some peanut butter on the roof of your
Wembanyama is making $55.1 million in 4 years.
That's a lot of millions.
It's a lot of millions. 55 million versus 338,000. So we're not going to do the math for you, but that's a lot more.
Quite a bit.
One of them's more.
Didn't you say the highest paid female in the WNBA was only 800 something thousand?
890 something, yes.
So not even $1 million.
No, and that was for 4 years. So she's making like $200 something thousand, and that's the highest paid WNBA player. But you say wow, and I say Yeah. We've been through this. We've talked about it with the LSU, Kentucky basketball teams, women's basketball versus men's. Now we're going to be talking about it again here. We've talked about it with the women's soccer, the international soccer team, and the men's international soccer team.
So how do I transition so I can make it into the WNBA?
You want to make
Not that easy, though,
that cold hard $75K a year.
Hell yeah. And play basketball? Yeah. Be in a women's locker room all the time?
They would kick your ass.
That was weird. Yeah. I could be a bench player.
They would kick your ass. On the end of the bench.
Support all of them. But I believe in that article at some point, somebody was saying, the best way to help these women make more money is buy tickets, buy merchandise,
Sure.
buy season tickets. You can bitch about it, but you got to support them, in order for them to make more money.
Well, that's the argument. And we didn't give the argument yet. The argument is obvious. What you're saying is that it doesn't surprise me, and it shouldn't surprise anybody else, including all these people bitching. They know. They know. They just want to bitch. The NBA is, I would say it might be second to the NFL in professional sports. Or do you think baseball is?
I'd probably say NBA, yeah.
NBA. And it's not my favorite. I like the college game because it's so much more of a cluster. So many more turnovers and all that.
Right.
But I'd say the NBA is the second most popular professional sport in the United States. That's a lot.
Even say in the world. I would say even in the world over the NFL, wouldn't you?
That's a good point. Maybe. I mean, their NFL's picking up some steam, but at least in this country, that's a good point. Soccer is number one, not in this country, so it's different. But WNBA, Trey, it's just not on the radar. And I'm sorry, it's not anybody's fault, and it's not the man keeping the women down. It's not equal opportunity. It's simply about revenue, right?
Easy enough, yeah.
Okay, so that was where your argument came in, which is to figure out more. If you have a problem with this, go to games, go do whatever. Push people to do the same thing.
Yeah, buy the $5 tickets and go watch the games.
That gets you right in the front
row.
But it's we talked about the LSU women's basketball team losing $6 million in their how are they supposed to pay their coach a lot of money? And they still gave her a decent pay.
Yeah.
Whereas the Kentucky program brought in $20-something million. Of course they're able to pay their coach. And so it's the same thing here. It's unreal. Caitlin Clark is supposed to be like the next big thing. And she is getting paid for a rookie. Remember, she's a rookie.
She is a rookie.
That contract for a rookie is not bad considering it's the WNBA.
Yeah.
Maybe she helps it. Maybe, but you were saying she was allowed to do some, or she signed a shoe deal or something.
Yeah, it was like 8-year, $28 million with Nike.
There you go.
And I think I think she was actually making $3 million in college with her NIL deals.
Yeah.
So she's like, making less money and being professional.
Do I have a year of eligibility left? Yeah.
Right. That's crazy to me.
But that's the point, is you get somebody with a name. Caitlin Clark is probably, if you ask anybody now who the most popular NBA or just women's basketball player is, people have heard this name.
Yeah.
And whether or not it's because you've got people like Jamel Hill who are claiming she gets favoritism because she's white, or because she gets a deal with Nike, or because she's being quote unquote underpaid compared to Mr. Wembanyama.
Wembanyama.
Right.
Meow meow.
Meow meow. We'll just call him Meow Meow.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, she's probably the most notable name.
Yeah.
Currently. I don't know. I mean, some other girls like, you told me this, that some other girl was like, if I had NIL, like, or
well, there's a couple of WNBA players that came out saying that they had the same opportunity to make the NIL money, that they would have stayed in college and broke the records, and she wouldn't never have done it. So,
which may be true, maybe not, but you chose to leave regardless. And you chased the money at the time, and it was $50,000 or whatever.
Right.
It was per year, and you could have stayed and maybe set those records. But the other thing was, I feel like there's another woman currently in the league, a black woman who is claiming that, or was it, maybe it was an announcer, a comedian, or somebody was saying, a black person saying that this other superstar who I've never heard of, who nobody's ever heard of, she didn't get a shoe deal. Well, that's not.
Is she currently in the NBA, or because there's another young lady?
She's currently in the WNBA.
Oh, okay, because there's another young lady. I think her name is something Reese, that played for LSU. That was supposed to be a big name that came out. So
yeah, that's not the one I'm talking.
Not her.
Apparently, there's another one that's one of the top, and she doesn't have a shoe deal. And I'm like, well, it's not. Is that so? Is it really? Are you really claiming the race card again?
Yeah.
Nike, especially Nike,
yeah,
who's very left and very woke and very whatever. It's not racism. Are you calling out every shoe company out there saying they're racist and they refuse to give a black woman a shoe deal? Michael Jordan sold more shoes than anybody in the world.
Right.
I know that's men's, but come on.
I don't get it.
Real fast. Let's do it.
Dun, dun, dun.
Guess what time it is?
I'm nervous about these.
Why do you feel pressure?
I do.
It's only because you're expected to know everything. When we do trending topics, we don't have time. No one has time to I don't have time to research. You don't want to do it. And our listener, we're not going to sit here and research.
You don't want to do it.
We're not going to sit here during the show and do it.
At all.
So we're going to go by what we know, which is a lot. And Trey, I think you've done a fantastic job of ruining people's lives.
Oh, shit.
Calling out senators for being shackled up with a ball gag, et cetera, et cetera.
I'm just speaking facts.
Right, but that's the point, is people need to know those facts.
They need to know the facts.
Let's go trending the Suns. So they played tonight, and it's trending with the Wolves, so that's about the game. That was an NBA playoff game. Yeah, everybody knows about that. How about wrestling trending? Hashtag WWENXT. What does that mean?
I think
trending with NXT Spring Breakin'.
I think there's a pay-per-view tonight, actually.
Just a wrestling event?
Yeah.
Anything special about it?
I have no idea. I'm here hanging out with you right now.
Let's move on. Would you or would you not order this on pay-per-view right now if you were home?
Actually, I've got the results. There's actually a new NXT champion crowned. So
for the two people that care,
this is actually night one results. So there's two nights.
Whoa.
Holy shit.
You just got an erection.
I can pull this up real quick.
Look, for the very few of you that care, go ahead. Are they quick results?
All
right, and time is up.
So night one kicked off with The Rock's daughter.
Trey.
Yeah.
Trey doesn't want The Rock's daughter. He wants The Rock.
Yeah. So let's see who the new champion is real quick. Karrion Kross. Oh, Trick Williams defeated Ilja Dragunov to win the NXT championship. So Trick Williams. It's a big dude.
If there was ever a moment where I felt all of the people turning the show off, that's it right there. Who's the champion again?
Trick Williams.
Trending in the NHL, hashtag time to hunt with the Florida Panthers logo. That's so stupid.
That's dumb.
That's
hockey, though.
Is that their playoff? No, shut up. Is that their like playoff motto, like time to hunt?
Time to hunt, maybe, yeah.
Catchy. As a Panther?
Yeah.
And Major League Baseball trending, Max Fried?
Max Fried.
Spelled Fried. That's not Fried. I before eating all that bullshit.
So
Max Fried with Maddox, trending with Maddox.
Maddox,
like the pitcher, Greg Maddox.
Well, I think this might have to do with Nicki Minaj, because she actually hurled an object into a crowd, and I think that's who she hit when she hurled this object. I think Fried and Maddox were both at her concert.
Oh.
And got hit with an object by Nicki Minaj.
Like on their off day.
Yeah.
They went to Nicki Minaj concert.
Could have been during the game.
And Minaj threw it.
Yeah.
There's concerts tonight. They can do but okay without us.
Yeah. So maybe he wasn't pitching. No.
What did she throw?
It just says an object.
An object.
Hit him in the face too.
Oh, goodness. Well.
Oh, almost got him in the face.
Almost.
She's not a pitcher, so she's an entertainer.
Well, good thing Max Fried is going to be available probably for his next game. NHL Bobrovsky, who is the goaltender for the Florida Panthers. That is actually fact. Again, they play tonight.
That's
NBA,
actual fact.
NBA trending.
What are you trying to say?
NBA trending boom baby for the Pacers. Hashtag boom baby.
Boom baby.
Yeah, boom baby.
I have no fucking clue what boom baby is.
Is that their like winning thing? Trending. How about this? I have no idea what this means. Pump rules.
Pump rules.
Might have to do with something called Vanderpump Rules, which I'm not watching with my wife, if anybody wants to know. We're on season 6.
I don't know what the hell pump rules means. I can't come up with it.
Vanderpump Rules.
That's what that is?
I'm assuming. Whatever. Do you know anything about Vanderpump Rules?
I don't.
Lisa Vanderpump and the... Okay. We won't get into it. I don't
know too much about it?
I don't know anything either. Sports, the Tony brothers.
The Tony brothers?
Yeah.
I don't know the Tony brothers.
Okay. Well, I think you might. Are you sure you don't know who the Tony brothers are?
The Tony brothers.
In sports, trending. They're trending. You have to know, if all people, you would know who the Tony brothers are.
I feel like I'm missing something here.
No, I'm just waiting for you to tell us who the Tony brothers are, because you know everything.
The Tony brothers. The only thing that might be happening is I think Michael Jackson's coming out with a Neverland Ranch biopic. And so I think the Tony brothers were the last ones that supposedly that Michael Jackson fondled before he died.
I knew you knew what that was, Trey. I knew you knew what the Tony brothers were. I wanted to make sure that you weren't going to disappoint. Everybody else was like, duh. NBA trending. Plumlee. Who's Plumlee?
He's actually playing for the Clippers right now against the Mavericks.
NBA trending. Nimhard.
Nimhard?
Nemb hard. Nimhard.
Nimhard.
Must be a player, right?
I have no fucking clue what Nimhard is.
Oh, well, God, somebody stumped you. I mean, you were so on point with the Tony brothers. NHL trending Duclair, who's also playing for, I believe, the Florida Panthers. He switched around a lot. I don't know. One of the few black players in hockey.
Eclair?
Duclair.
Oh.
And he sounds more... He's French Canadian. He sounds.
Does he have a cream filling like an Eclair?
I don't know. You'll have to ask him out.
I wonder if that's why Canada was in the top 20 list of penis sizes. Because there's all those French Canadians up there.
Canadians that have they raised the average.
That's
well, supposedly.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true. I haven't. I mean, how many black penises have you seen? Are you really thinking about it? Are you thinking about him? Okay.
Well, I like to watch some of those movies.
This show takes turns. Like, if anybody doubts, look, if you were going to tune into the show, that's how I'm going to start telling people people go, well, what's your show about? We don't even know.
No.
You just have to tune in.
Yeah.
Because now we're talking about black penises. How did we get there? On trending topics. Go ahead.
French Canadians.
So your claim is that the Canadian penis size was larger than other areas
because of this
European based on French Canadian black men.
Exactly.
Got it. Duclair just by himself.
Good job, Duclair.
By himself. No one else.
He better tuck that thing up when he's skating. That could hurt.
I'll tell you what. He's injured some players. Sports. Grayson.
Grayson?
Do we know who Grayson is? It's just sports, not a specific sport.
This might be Actually, I heard a little bit about this. Taylor Swift's personal trainer reveals her brutal workout, and that might be who
Grayson was.
Grayson
the trainer.
is the trainer.
What is her brutal? Does it have any kind of specifics as to what she has to do on this workout?
I didn't read about that. I just
We don't need to know the details.
no
Okay, Grayson's Taylor Swift's trainer. in case Anybody wants to know.
a lot of stretching.
NHL. Okay. NHL. Is that what's happening on your screensaver?
Yeah,
She's stretching
she's stretching right now.
her
I
mouth.
think she's fondling something.
NHL trending. Tom Wilson, and I know who
That's
that is.
got to be the whitest name ever.
Yeah, he's an asshole, and I say that as a fan of the rival team of his. But this motherfucker, he is a cheap shot artist in my opinion.
Yeah.
And all the Washington fans, if anybody, what are the chances there'd be a Washington Capitals fan listening to us? But if there is, fuck you. Write us and tell me that he's not dirty. He's a dirty player.
Dirty player.
He's one of those guys that hits you, kind of hacks
Like
you.
real dirty.
He hacks you from behind, hits you high.
Oh
yeah.
hacks you from behind.
Hacks you from behind.
Oh,
He hits you
I'll
high.
invite him to the party.
He high sticks you in the face.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah.
Look at Taylor's like, bring it.
Yeah. She's like, ooh, Tom Wilson.
I
Who's
like
this
it.
guy. Sorry, Travis. You liked a Donald Trump post.
Yep.
NHL trending. I'm sorry, I did that. NBA trending. Eubanks.
Eubanks.
It's all these sports tonight because there's so many trending.
I think this. Actually, no. I think this was actually a Disney actor
Right.
that claims they were fired for posting as Snow White.
Oh.
So maybe they were at an NBA game as Snow White and they got fired.
And they got fired just because of that?
Yeah,
It seems like things are getting a little extreme these days.
a little bit.
NBA. Bol? Who's Bol?
Bol.
BOL.
He plays for the Suns.
Oh, okay. I would not have known that. You could have taken me somewhere else, and I would have been like, "Oh yeah."
I think he is the son of Manute Bol, actually.
Oh, I thought Manute Bol was BUL. Bull. Manute Bol.
No, BOL.
Oh,
Bol.
oh. Well, good. NBA Nurkic.
Did you?
What's his name?
Nurkic?
Nurkic. Well, what's his name? It says Nurkic right here. Nurkic. Nurkic.
Nurkic.
Tell me his name.
That sounds about right.
All right, moving on.
Does it have a little accent mark over there? Because it might be Nurkic
No. Is it,
or
is it
Nurkic.
Nurkic?
Nurkic?
Is that it?
I don't know. Nurkic.
Where is he from?
Nurkic.
New Orleans?
Montana. East Texas.
Yeah. Politics. This is the first politics. Haley, which is this still Nikki Haley? Is she not gone yet? I mean, she's tried so hard.
I thought this was the woman that got kidnapped on the Oregon doorbell camera and actually found her.
Well, that's what I meant. What did you think I meant?
I don't know.
So they found her.
They found her. Yeah, she was.
Whoa.
She was in Diddy's house.
With the House Republicans.
Ball gag underneath the. There's a weird thing about ball gag underneath the desk.
Trending Ilja in wrestling.
That's Dragunov.
Look how quickly you knew that one. That's Dragunov?
Yeah.
That's my boy. Is it pronounced Ilja or Ilya? Sure. Or Ilha?
I have no idea.
All right.
Elijah.
Good wrestling fan. NBA Brooke.
Brooke. That's it.
Or Bobby Portis. Either one of those ring a bell?
I think Brooke Lopez plays for Milwaukee, and I think so does the other guy. Who'd you say?
Bobby Portis.
Yeah, there you go.
Both
Milwaukee Bucks.
That's boring as shit.
It's not my best work.
Well, not right there, but I mean, if it is what it is. If they play for Milwaukee, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Trending is super with a $sign in front of it.
Super.
It's $super.
$super.
$super. I wonder. And it doesn't say it's business and finance. I'm sorry, it just popped up. Business and finance, $super.
Maybe this was in conjunction with the Amber Heard 38th birthday an 8-year poop anniversary. So maybe it was a super party.
An 8-year poop for what kind of?
When she pooped on his bed.
Oh.
So that's the 8-year anniversary. Maybe she partied. And it was super with dollar signs because she had to pay out in damages. Maybe I don't know.
I mean, that's got to be the only thing in finance and business that is worth trending.
That with the dollar sign.
Yeah, dollar sign. I think that might be it. Thank God.
Yeah.
Well, it's all sports tonight because it's playoffs.
Playoffs.
Playoffs. I mean, you got Go Avs Go, which is Colorado. You got again. I mean, thank goodness you told us about the Tony brothers. It's. I mean, seriously, they're all names. I mean, there's nothing. It's all sports. So that segment was
Sports related.
I tell you what, sports is if anything. If you doubted how important sports was in this country, look at the trending topics tonight. It's all sports.
Twitter. Yeah.
And it made it very difficult for Trey to impose his will. It is will. I meant his knowledge on you.
Yeah.
And you can see his frustration right now.
A little bit. I like imposing my knowledge on you.
Right. And so do us a favor and keep subscribing. I don't know if you've noticed, Trey or anybody, but YouTube's flying. We're rolling. We're putting some other stuff up that's not us. Things that we think are funny. If you think the things we're putting up on YouTube are funny, you're our type of person. In fact, I've got a couple people that have said, you know what, I'm going to follow you now because
of the content
of these things. I think we have the same humor. In fact, I was supposed to mention another young lady tonight, and I'm gonna save it and mention her on the next show.
Okay.
And she was really funny. She goes, I'll subscribe right now, like because I put on one of our things like just help us out, subscribe. I'll do it right now, and I was like, well, thank you for letting me know that you're gonna do this.
Do we have a way to verify who subscribes?
Yes.
Okay.
It does say the names.
So did she?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
And then she goes, I did it right now. And she let me know. Okay, I just did it. Like, she was so excited. I said, we'll mention you. She goes, you made my day. Like, she was very, and not that it matters, but anybody that thinks we're racist white boys, this was an attractive black woman.
Yeah?
She was very excited to be mentioned on the show. So I'm going to wait to give, like, her name or whatever onto the next one. And so if you hear this, we didn't forget about you. But thanks for subscribing and just do it, people.
Just do it.
We're having some issues with TikTok right now, and hopefully we want to get back on there. So if you wonder where the hell we went, it's just there's some technical difficulties that we're dealing with.
Hopefully we get there before they get banned.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, the United States is trying to ban them probably for a reason, and I can probably guess why at this point. But we're going to stay on YouTube. Hit us there. Our host, Spotify. Those are the two main ones. I mean, anywhere else you can get podcasts usually go through these means, and that's how they get the podcast. So you're going to find us anywhere. So go do that. And yeah, anything else you want to add tonight, my man?
No.
Every time I've asked that question, you've said no. One night, you're going to surprise me, aren't you? One night.
Hey, I'll surprise you right now. You know what? I think I was saving this. Why not tell you about it? So I ran across a weird fact.
I didn't know you were actually going to. Go ahead. Oh, okay. Let's end the show with your weird fact.
Weird fact.
I love it.
So, weird fact here. A mother black lace weaver spider. Okay.
Okay. A mother black
lace weaver spider.
Okay. Got it.
Will drum on her web to call her babies to come eat her alive.
What? Like just beating on the web to have them come to dinner would be cool enough. But you're saying she's like, I've done my job.
Yeah. Come eat me.
Eat me?
Eat me.
Wow. Where are these spiders at? Did it say?
I didn't
Probably Australia.
I didn't look that up. But yeah. Hold on, I think I did look it up.
Well,
No, I just looked up fun facts for mother lace weaver spiders.
Oh, well, sure. Everyone wants to know a fun fact about those spiders.
And it never said anything about the eating of the mother in that. So that was weird.
Yeah. Well, good fact to end on,
You like
everybody.
that? Do your own research.
Tell you what, if that doesn't have you coming back, I don't know what will.
You're welcome.
We love you.
Later.
God.
Oh, God.
No bias here, just the facts and the fair. We look at both sides, do our best to compare. In this podcast realm where we compromise, balance is key and the facts don't lie. Stay in the great where perspectives intertwine. We seek the truth in the gray we define. In this podcast journey, minds open wide. Shades the truth on this impartial ride.
If I beat on a web, will you come eat me?
Of course.
Do I even have to beat on the web?
No, you
Okay.
don't do that.
Did you have something you wanted to add before we left?
No, not really.
That was good to know.
Yeah.
God. I don't even know how to make a web.
Just beat on something. I'll come over.
Turn this shit off fast.